Hi everyone, my name's McKell, and I want to discuss one way that female leaders can improve, and this way is by providing constructive feedback. So first of all, what is constructive feedback? Most of us are probably familiar with the term feedback, which is a response to our performance. However, constructive feedback is a little more specific. It has to do with supportive feedback, information regarding an individual or an employee's performance, and this fosters improvement, specifically in areas of weakness that need to be improved, but it also includes areas of strength. Now let's talk about why it's important. I want each of us to think back to a time in which we had a supervisor who never provided us with any feedback on our performance. Think about your progression in that position. Did you improve? Did you feel that your boss cared for your success? Now, unfortunately, what's even more likely is that each of us have had a leader who provided us with destructive or belittling feedback. This can include constant criticism of our actions without any suggestions of how to improve. Again, think back to your progression in that position. Did you improve? And did you feel that your boss cared about you? This demonstrates why it's so important for leaders to provide constructive feedback. People in leadership roles, specifically women, have a unique opportunity and, dare I say, responsibility to provide an improvement to the culture and the environment in which they work. Many people have heard the old adage, we rise by lifting others, and I love this. I find it incredibly true that we as women, as a whole, improve because of lifting others. Providing constructive feedback is a powerful mechanism that we as leaders can implement to raise others and improve our environments. It provides opportunities for mentorship and sponsorship through building relationships. It helps other women to improve themselves with the added support of someone who's gone before, someone with more experience. And it improves productivity, along with self-confidence and personal leadership potential. Now that we've established why it's so important, let's talk about a couple of useful tips for providing constructive feedback. The first, and I think the most important, is to first establish trust. Let employees know that you are on their side. You work alongside them, not above them. Promote an environment where people feel safe and where open communication is encouraged. Believe in people and tell them that you believe in them. Number 2, balance the positive and negative. Think back to that supervisor that you always felt criticized you, and don't be that person. Criticism is not innately evil or bad. However, how we deliver it is important. Tell people that what they are doing well, and tell them often, and tell them publicly, as well as in private, highlighting areas that they need to improve. Praise areas that they have already improved on so that they believe in their own ability to progress. Third, be observant and understanding. Seek to understand how or why an employee thinks or acts the way that they do, and don't just assume. 4, be specific. This is really important because unless we are specific with people about how they can improve, telling them that they're doing something wrong isn't going to help them. Then we need to provide ways to help and offer support. That's quite literally your job as their leader. Additionally, you need to be timely. Number 5, talk face-to-face and privately. We've talked about this a little bit before. People receive feedback best when it's provided privately, especially when it's areas of improvement. Praise them publicly and teach them how to improve privately. And finally, we've talked about this a little bit, provide help. Consistently and always provide help. Finally, let's look at an example and role play. So feel free to pause the video in order to think about the scenario and respond to the following. You observe Jane. She's a new employee at your company, and she's very productive and provides quality work consistently. She even shows leadership skills when assigned to work with others. However, you notice that Jane sometimes misses deadlines, and You don't know Jane well yet, but you need to address her timeliness. How can you provide feedback? A bad example. You publicly address Jane's late work, letting her know that if she doesn't improve her timeliness, her position is in jeopardy. That's not very good. How can we improve it? Publicly praise Jane's good work. This establishes trust and gives a balance of positive and later negative feedback. Privately address her late work. Take her into your office and explain that you love her high quality work, yet she needs to improve upon when she turns them in. Be specific and provide ways that you can help her. Here's an example. Hi Jane, your work on the Cooper project was so impressive. I'm excited to work with you more. Everyone here at insert company name can learn a lot from you, myself included. Now let Jane have an opportunity to respond. This is a conversation, not a lecture. I've noticed that sometimes your best work is submitted a little bit late. Why is that? Again, listen to Jane's response. Okay, I think I understand a little bit better about your situation. Let's make a plan about what you can do to improve and how I can help you. I'm just about out of time, but I want you to think back upon those tips of how to improve giving constructive feedback and think back to this final thought. The steady improvement of individual employees within a company steadily improves the company as a whole. Thank you for listening.